Have you seen the recent Washington Post column by Sufjan Stevens? In it, he declares this: "Stop repeating the heresy, declaring that the United States is a Christian nation." That so-called heresy needs to be addressed, my friends, because there is another heresy within the heresy that I don't even think he or anyone else who follows that line of thinking is considering. Let me say that the answer to his query is found none other than in the Catholic faith. Let me connect what he says to something that a founding father, John Adams, said. I'm here in beautiful Starved Rock in Ottawa, Illinois, because today we are doing a play called The Adams-Jefferson Letters, a play which describes the friendship, the fallout, and the reconciliation of our second and third presidents, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. But in those letters, John Adams says something similar to Sufjan Stevens when he says the morality of many of the religions amounts to patriotic faith. He says this morality is a morality of patriotism, and Britain and France have adopted his creed. The ancient Roman senator Tacitus says, all this was made for Rome. This Roman senator denies that laws were made for him. He arrogates everything to himself by force of arms. The regents of France and Spain and England have done the same. The universe was made for man, man says. But here's the point that John Adams is making that is similar to what Sufjan Stevens is saying. He says, Jesus despised and condemned this patriotism. But what nation or what Christian has adopted his system? I might like to add, investigate Catholicism, because Catholicism is the one religion that is truly non-denominational in the sense that it doesn't believe in denominations. Neither it is non-national in the sense that it believes it is for all nations. Sufjan says a little bit later, you cannot pledge allegiance to a nation state and its flag and the name of God. Why? For God has no political boundaries. God is love, period. See, he's knocking at the door of something that I, as a Catholic, would say, you're right, but he's making a huge mistake, another heresy within the heresy. Let me say, God is love, but not period. You must go deeper. You must see that to be loyal in your love relationships does not mean you are disloyal to God. There is the principle of subsidiarity which must be applied here. To be loyal to your family is not to be disloyal to God if you feed your children first before you feed your neighbors or the rest of the world. To be loyal to your nation when that nation is being threatened by legitimate enemies is not to be disloyal to God. God wants and needs us to forge loving bonds with our communities, our societies, in a hierarchical nature. What John Adams and Sufjan Stevens are knocking at is this universal principle. Universal principle, yes, the ultimate loyalty is to God, but that does not contradict our smaller, more limited loyalties. If Stevens is interested, I would ask them to investigate Catholicism, for Catholicism is the one and only nation that doesn't believe in denominations. It's the one and only religion that doesn't hitch its wagon to the engine of the state. It tries to be a partner with the state, neither dominating the state nor subservient to the state. That's the secret of Catholicism, my friends. I'm Father Tom Koys. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Unlike Other Nations. God bless you for listening.